All right. This will be another quick one. Two real simple exploits to get to root here. So we start off. This is lampiao on OSCP Proving Grounds, but it originally came from vulnhub. We do an nmap, and that's up here. Find that you have 22, 80, and 1898. And we're like, okay. So I start, there's really not too much on 80. Everything's on 1898. I immediately did a Go Buster and a Nikto on both of them, but there's nothing for Go Buster on 80. You got 80, there's like some ASCII graphic. But on 1898, there, as you see, is something running Drupal. And so it's Drupal 7. There's an exploit for it called Drupalgeddon or Drupalgeddon 2. So you download the Ruby gem, and then you run it with Ruby. There's one thing that you need to install called, a gem. Did I say download the Ruby gem? Just download the Ruby script. You have to install a Ruby gem called Highline. And then, let me see. Yeah, sudo gem install Highline. And the next one, you run it, and it just does it. And it's not the greatest. Well, it is pretty good. But you see, it's not ideal. You don't have tab completion or anything like that. So what I ended up doing was just a simple reverse shell. But what I want to show you real fast is that, let me exit out of this. Is that when you do a reverse shell, like let's say this one, the bash one, it's a known bad character. And so if you know what a bad character is, it's completely understandable. So I just looked for one that didn't have that. You see this PHP shell does. I looked at the Python shell and it does not. So I checked that. V, enter, and there we are. And what's even funnier is that at some point when I was doing this my first time, this shell died and this stayed alive. So that was fun. So here we are. You can go ls home, Tiago, ls home, Tiago, and you can cat that. If you go cd home, and then you can. So cd Tiago. Look at whatever. But there's no real need to. Whoops. How about cd home? Alright. There we go. So we're back here. I already... so the next thing is I ran linpeas. And long story short, look, it timed out. It tells you that the kernel is bad. And you go kernel, and you find it, you use the dirty cow exploit. Okay, fine. So you go /decow. It's taking a little bit longer than I did the first time. And that could be it. Maybe I need to revert it, and because the second time it died. Let me see if I can get a shell back on. No, you can. Okay, cool. Maybe it only runs once. It's fine. It worked the first time just fine. That's where I had the little hash mark there before I exited. And that too, I could have just su root because the password was already... Let me just do it one more time for funsies. CD, I think I was in the scripts. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I was. Nope. Downloads ls ruby su root. Let's just do this live. See if this does anything. I'm not even sure it will. It is breaking everything. Yeah, it's all broken. If I needed to, I would have just reverted it. But yeah, that's it. That's the fun.